Hey, what is up everyone? And after Jake's video yesterday about the Friday night event in Colchester, the tournament that went on and how we lost against those competitive gamers, well, I thought today I'd spend this video on talking to you on my opinion on competitive gaming. Firstly, the gameplay in the background is a 65 to 4 deaths game of domination on Mirage. However, theatre mode being theatre mode, it only saved up to 61 kills and 4 deaths. So I do get 4 more kills, but there's not really much I'm not too fussed that I didn't save it. So this game is it's a good gameplay. It's one of my best that I've got on the DLC so far. And I'm sorry that my voice may sound a bit different because I do have a bit of a sore throat at the moment. So I know that will make my voice come out a bit differently. So just bear that in mind when you are listening to this commentary. So let's get straight into it. So firstly, with competitive gaming, you know, you have like different leagues and different ways to play. Like you could do game battles and just do it for fun, whereas you could go into actual competitive tournaments to play for big cash prizes, like the Call of Duty Championships that have just started. Like I think it was today it started, and I think the cash prize is $1 million. So getting a chunk of that, I think first prize is $400,000. So 100k each would be, you know, that's something worth playing for. That is a lot of money, and I wouldn't mind winning that just to play a few. Well, no, it won't be a few games. It'd be quite a few games of COD. But imagine if you could play Call of Duty, you could play your Xbox and earn that sort of money from doing what you enjoy, doing what you're good at. Because $100,000 is a big sum of money, and even if you come second, third, fourth, up to 8th place, you'll still earn some money. So firstly, with competitive gaming, you have teams and you have regions, and I think for this tournament only 2 teams in the UK go through, so that makes it even harder for competitors to actually get through to the quarter-finals or just through to the next stage, which is in Cologne. And it's something that I would actually enjoy doing. Like, okay, on Friday we played against a bunch of competitive gamers, me, Dave, Jake and Benson. We are YouTubers and a codcaster, like Jake said, and to be honest, we didn't do badly. I think we represented YouTubers quite well. I personally believe that, say you had the best YouTuber, like Call of Duty players, so high scores, you know, high kills. Say you had Insomnius, Fearcrads, Benny Central and iTemp on a team against the bunch of competitive players. I personally think that they would get stomped on like we did. Like, they can get kills and stuff. They're good players. Like, there's no denying that. They are good players. But compared to the skill and the thinking that goes through when it comes to competitive gaming, it's just on a different level. I didn't know how they were doing what they did. And talking to a few people afterwards, they managed to influence the spawns. They planned it all. They had like one person in the hard point while one person sat somewhere where they knew that would influence spawn areas. And I personally think that their accuracy, the way they play, YouTubers, like your typical high scoring YouTuber, still wouldn't stand a chance. That's where the difference between YouTubers and competitive gaming actually comes in. Now, like me, Dave, Benny and Jake, we did Benson. We did well. Like we got to the final. We may not have won, but we still did well. We beat a few teams, and like we beat the Prophecy guy, and so we're not bad players. Like, I admit, like I would sit there. I wouldn't say I'm professional. Like, I wouldn't say, oh, I'm semi-pro or whatever. I'd say I'm a decent player. Like, I get kills, I can get swarms and all that. I play objectively, and like Dave as well. He's more of a zombies person, but he can still kick ass in multiplayer. But even just watching the Call of Duty Championship video, like the one that's up on the Call of Duty channel, it's just like seeing how like the team effort and like seeing them all like proud when they win and like high-fiving and all that. It just looks like it'd be fun to do, and it would make it, you know, you'd have to actually concentrate a bit more. Whereas online, like multiplayer, you don't really have to worry as much. Although one thing I will say about this tournament that we did go to on Friday and the competitive gaming side, everything you hate about multiplayer will pretty much be used against you. Whether it's a foul select fire, a LSAT with target finder, everything you despise that you hate people using online against you, people will use it when you're playing competitively because they know it does give you an edge. Like the foul select fire is, and I think that it is quite OP. It can, if you use it right, it's good, and a lot of people do use it, and it's quite accurate and high damage, which it is annoying when people do use it against you, but I guess it takes a good player to like counter it. But that is another step that the Call of Duty Championship has taken against these like really popular class choices. They've actually banned fouls with select fire from being used. Although another thing they have banned is scuff controllers and say the Razer Sabertooth, because they think that gives you too much of an advantage over people using normal controllers. Which, fair enough, like if you can't afford to buy, say, a scuff controller and you want to play it fairly and evenly, then yeah, banning scuff controllers does make sense. But again, it's still competitive, and if you do want to, it is MLG verified, like you are able to use it. They do allow you to use it on like game battles and stuff. So going back to my opinion on competitive gaming, it is something I'd love to do. Like the tournament sign up thing was, I think it ended yesterday. I think you had to have 4 people sign up to the website and register your team. It would have been good. We would have had me, Jake, and whoever else. Preferably, like we could have done a team 4-1-1 sort of team. Like we could have got Dave and someone else to join, and yeah, it would have been fun to do. But the only thing is, the first stages are online, so they're across Xbox Live, which sort of stops me and Jake because we do share an Xbox TV and Xbox account, so that does make it a bit harder. So yeah, that way it would have been a lot harder to do. But I would like to go to tournaments where you play in LAN, so you know, you go there, they've had it all set up for you, Xboxes, TVs and all that. Although iSeries you can take your own, which I guess is something else you could do, but it'd be fun to go to a tournament sometime. I'm hoping that they do another one of these for the next DLC release, because it was fun to go to, and it just makes, like, you know, playing a bit more enjoyable, because you know it's more competitive and you've actually got something to aim for. I'm really happy with how like competitively I've played and how it's gone. Like even with the tournament coming second, I was happy with, and it just makes me think, like, could I play competitively? Is it something you can learn to get good at? Because playing online, yeah, you can improve your game, you can get a bit better, you can start going for higher score streaks, even playing just a bit more objectively, making sure you do get those caps, even those capture kills, which does get you a lot of score. And even if you just play with a better team, just, you know, I find that when I'm playing with a team, sometimes it works well, sometimes it doesn't. Because if you're playing with a really good team, then sometimes you lack the chance to get your score streaks in. If someone's getting a swarm, they might make people rage before you do. So that's one bad side of playing, you know, online in a good team. Whereas if you were a good team and you played competitively, do you stand a good chance? Because when I play with the people I play online with, we tend to kick ass. We tend to win every single game we play. And it's something that I wonder if you could, you know, switch that over to competitive, you know, gaming and actually become a competitive team. Now, we have come to the end of this gameplay. The gameplay does show that I do go 61-4 when I actually finish going 65 kills. But either way, it was still a good gameplay, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. And I do hope you enjoyed listening to my thoughts on competitive gaming, because after Friday, it's something that did pop into my head, and it did get me thinking, is it something that I could attempt to do at some stage? But yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this and listening to what I had to say. If you did, then just leave a thumbs up, it'd be great. And also subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time, guys. So thank you very much for watching.